there's always growth in everything. And so you have to take it with a go with the flow and do the best that you can attitude.
I just hope they get it worked out sooner rather than later, and that it doesn't turn into nightmare after a nightmare.
Or frustration after frustration. It's not what you want to hear during the first week of remote learning, but we knew that there would be bumps and we knew that there would be problems. But with problems comes solutions. And these are the folks who come up with those solutions. Guilford County School Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jamie King is joining us, along with Chief Academic Officer Dr. Whitney Oakley and Chief Operations Officer Angie Henry. They're answering your questions, and you can text those questions to 336-379-5775. All right, this person says, what happens if we're not comfortable sending our children back if and when in-person learning resumes?
So that's why students have the choice of the virtual school up until September 15th. We've extended that deadline to September 15th so that we know what the return to school will look like. And then parents can make that choice if they'd rather send their child to the virtual school and they'd rather remain virtual for the entire semester, the entire year, or if they'd like to come back to school based on that October 20th date, if we return back to school on that date.
Okay, so this question is, are there classes without teachers? And if so, what's being done in the meantime?
So we have the first 3 weeks, we pre-built and pre-recorded teachers over the summer that we brought in some of our best teachers and recorded them teaching content for this first 3 weeks. Again, knowing that there's going to be this shuffle of students that go to the virtual academy and then that thought they wanted the virtual academy, then want to come back to their traditional school. And so part of that purpose in building those 3 weeks of recorded content and recorded teacher lessons was so that every single student in GCS gets a high quality education during these first 3 weeks. And we've already heard some great news. We heard from a parent today who actually said that she stopped her work because she was so fascinated by her son's lesson that was on a dinosaur that she stopped her work and went to watch the lesson with her son. And so we're already hearing great things from these recorded lessons, from these recorded teachers. And I think that, no matter whether they have a teacher assigned or not, they're still getting this content.
I saw that too, and it was really cool that she did such a great job. All right, this next question is kind of a follow-up to that. Does the district still need virtual school teachers, and where do I go to find these vacancies?
So I can speak to that. We always need teachers. This is not unique to the pandemic. Across the state and across the nation, we are always on the hunt for highly qualified teachers. Our vacancies remain posted on our website. We're actively interviewing. The vast majority of students who are enrolled in their homeschool already have their teacher assigned, have had those beginning lessons, are engaging with them every day. We are continuing to hire for our virtual academy positions as students continue to enroll. Keep in mind that parents asked us to extend that enrollment window through September 15th. And as students continue to enroll, we'll need to continue to add teachers. But this year is not unique in that there's always a teacher shortage, and we are always looking for highly qualified staff to join the team in Guilford County Schools. And that's true for every school system across the nation. You can find that careers tab on our website at gcsnc.com.
And then this is kind of a follow-up question to that. Someone asked, can substitute teachers teach virtually?
So at the moment, we are hiring full-time teachers to work for us. We know that we always also need a bench of highly qualified substitute teachers. Our need for substitute teachers during remote learning won't be the same as when we start school face-to-face, but when we know when and how we will reopen for face-to-face instruction, we will need and will call upon those substitute teachers. And we encourage them to reach out to Human Resources if they haven't already to join our substitute teacher list.
And then this last one before we head to break, can parents get printed material for class if they don't have a device?
So schools are working. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they can. The concern there is, again, we talked about earlier, is that they missed the teaching aspect, right? So we can print work, we can print the material, the assignments, but they miss out on the teaching. And so one of the things that we've worked on, that's one of the reasons we need those 52,000 devices that people can donate if they have any used devices, can bring them to the GCS offices. because we want to make sure that students aren't missing out on the instructional piece. Just giving students assignments and work and worksheets isn't teaching and learning, right? It's just giving work to do. And we want to make sure that it's high quality work, it's high quality assignments, and that students have the support and the access to complete those assignments.
Great. Okay, we have one last segment before we let these leaders get back to their actual jobs of finding all of the solutions for all these things. You can text us the questions here at 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.